Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your January 2019 reading. I'm so excited for this new year. I'm sure a lot of you are coming back into town from somewhere or planning a new trip, because that's kind of the Sagittarian way. Definitely drop me a line if you're traveling somewhere, because I'm trying to figure out places to go for 2019 myself. I have some ideas where I'd like to be, but you know, the world is vast and exciting, and there's so many things to see, and a lot of the places I want to go to are currently like in a lot of conflict. So I can't go there yet. And hopefully I live long enough to see that change. So I'm getting really chatty on these videos. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get to it. I'm pulling 4 cards for you. One primary energy that's going to be taking you through the month, and then 3 clarifiers on that, and then we may clarify further if we have to. Some of them have been pretty self-explanatory though. Oh, interesting. Okay, so some of you are going to be beating the suitors off with a stick. Yeah, there's interesting. So Sagittarius is usually a vibrant card that has a lot of the fire energy. We only have 1 in your suit here, and the rest are cups and swords. So overall, this energy that you're bringing forward, or the major influence, is going to be a water sign. So this is someone that's offering you a romantic connection, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. It could be Sun or Rising, or someone that is just really coming from the heart and bringing you a lot of romantic energy. And I think it's really going to throw you off because this character has been showing up a lot in the different readings. The Page of Swords, that kind of defensive energy of like, no thank you, I would like to stay Miss Independent or Mr. Independent. I don't really need the distraction. I have my own plans in life that I'd like to unfold, my own ideas that are going forward, and I don't need you, right? So one is ready for battle and the other one's ready for peacetime, and there's a bit of a conflict happening here. So I think that's what's going to really going to throw you off a little bit, and I'm laughing because we have like the conflict card here. So this is opposing wills, you know, things that are really this is a sense of competition, a sense of people vying for your attention, potential plenty of suitors coming your way. And this can also just be between those 2 characters of this person coming in, and your energy to want to push that away and feeling really overwhelmed with the possibilities, you know. Wands are that creative spark, and this is a very Sagittarian energy of being pulled in a lot of different directions, having a lot of options, wanting to keep those options so you don't feel kind of tied down into one area. You want that free spirit, you want to be able to explore. And so I think that's where you're really coming into. This is my feeling of, this is your energy and not the person that you're dealing with. And this is the person that you're dealing with here, who's really coming from a place of the heart. Now, what is going to be a good indication for you is you are a fire sign that is not in your element. This is someone who is stuck in the head. And as I said in a previous reading, I think it might have been Capricorn, Aquarius, whatever, it's out there in the ether, internet. Here up, here back, you're behind enemy lines. You don't want to be left alone in your head without adult supervision. So especially as, you know, a fire sign, it's like you don't need to have the same mental defenses as the other signs do. It's like that's not your nature. And so if it's not in your nature, it's going to be something that's a little bit like grating for you. That's a little bit more difficult, a little bit like you know, if you think of someone that's using the swords for the first time, is not really accustomed to them, it's like, oh my God, this is really heavy. This armor is really heavy. This, you know, the energy that it takes to keep people away is really intense, especially when I actually, this is nice. This feels good. There's a whole different, you know, grounded depth here, which is also part of Sagittarius, right? It's like, it's you're not just, the party's not just going all the time. And so we continue. So the last card that comes forward is the Nine of Cups. So this is an indication that absolutely this is something that is going to be, you know, the love that's offered here, the energy that's offered is a wish come true. This is something that is going to fulfill you on a very deep level. And so, you know, this energy is something that you want to avoid. It's not necessary. And maybe some of you are trying to like clear the path. I mean, maybe some of you are literally clearing out the path of all of these guys to get to, you know, the one to rule them all, if you will. But this is finding your treasure. This is being offered something that is going to fulfill you. And I think it's going to be something that's really allowing your heart to be, your love and your heart to be held and to be reciprocated. Now, it can also be, you know, the Page of Swords is very discerning. She is someone that can tell, like, you know, the Joker from the crowd, and someone that, oh, there's little Will. Someone that can just kind of cut through the bullshit, right? And to be like, what is offered? Is it actually true? Is it actually real? And maybe that is what, you know, the positive aspect of the Page of Swords is all about, is really getting a clear idea. What is going to make you feel fulfilled, you know? Okay, Buster. Let's not have any of that. It's having this sense of, and this is interesting too, the genie is fulfilled on their own, right? This isn't the Ten of Cups where it's the happy family. It is the wish card. It is feeling like joyful and being honored of the heart. But I sense, and this is a Sagittarian thing, you're already fulfilled on your own. You're already okay, but it's like, where in the connection? How can this be offered, right? This isn't a character that is, you know, sorry, this cat is trying to get my attention. This isn't a character that is just here for a good time. I mean, sometimes the Knight of Cups, but if this, sorry, I'm getting bombarded with cats here. They are literally jumping everywhere and fighting with each other. If this was with the Devil card or some of the other stuff, intuitively I'm not picking up on any energy with that. I think this is someone that is actually offering something true, and maybe that's challenging you to really step up and step into yourself and into a more sure-footed, grounded area, more discerning, more mindful presence. And ultimately, you know, what comes forth from that is your emotional fulfillment. So whether you accept either way, obviously follow your heart, but in my experience, there's no spiritual growth. All that stuff that we search for, that we travel to different lands for, that, you know, the thing that we are really hoping for, if you think of like the alchemist, it's like the treasure is already home. It's already within. And at times, I feel there's no spiritual evolution without that connection, without that relationship of some kind. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but it has to be connection, because that ultimately what makes us grow. And if you're in a space of a lot of conflict, well, it's like you learn how to play fair. You learn how to fight fair. You learn how to be present. You learn how to have boundaries, right? Again, I think I've already stated this. This is a woman that's really allowed to accept her boundaries and really like fortify them. And, you know, to know what's real and know what's true and what's actually going to fulfill you. That's the purpose of this. And I think January is going to bring a lot of love and excitement for you, Sagittarius. So be open to that and open to how that shows up for you. And you will feel it, you will know it. And that being in a relationship doesn't mean that you lose your freedom. I think that's the big message, right? From a Libra relationship girl to a Sag freedom girl, boy, whatever you are out there, whatever you choose to be. Yeah, I think that is the message. If you're drawn to see this, it's like I'm all about that connection. I'm all about forging that. And I've been an avoidant in my life. So I've also been that person of like, no, I can't, like, I need to not lose myself in this relationship. That's not worth it to me. However, part of my healing and growth has been coming into those deep friendships, building those family connections, building that relationship with an amazing partner. That's, you know, why not? See the world with someone who's like you. That's what it's all about. Yeah, so I'll leave you with this. This is what you're working towards in January. Nothing, you know, except the star card, the sun card, the lovers. Just the things that I love the most. You know, nothing brings as much joy in the minor arcana as this one. This is kind of like the personification of all of those beautiful major cards right here to be like, your wish is granted. How exciting. It's pretty awesome. Okay, if that resonated, please let me know. I'd love to hear about it. And until next time. Oh my God, these cats.